there is no distinction in the supply chain between the manufacturer, the exporter, the importer, the distributor, or the retailer. Any one of these people can be held jointly or severally liable for product liability claims.
So let's explore what that means for the different types of parties. Maybe first, maybe Clive, we can talk about let's say the distributor side and the importer side, and then we can get to the other side, which is, for example, in the case of a producer in China and maybe a trading company in China or Hong Kong. We can look into that with Professor Choi right after. But what does that change? For example, for the distributor, okay, what they call distributor as an economic operator is, let's say, a retailer, yes, for example. What does that change?
That's right. Okay, you remember we've spoken before about the product passport and the transparency requirements for that. Those transparency requirements are enshrined within this act as well. So what we're looking at here is the traceability of the product from the manufacturer all the way through to the end customer. And any person, irrespective of how little or how much they were involved, are equally and severally liable.
All the parties in the supply chain. Yeah.
But irrespective of how much. Okay, irrespective of how much. Now, there's some numbers being bandied around that it will be a percentage and tended to be percentaged out. But the regulation that's wrote at the moment is the objective of the Consumer Protection Act in its current form has been proven to undermine the possibility to limit or exclude the economic operator's liability through contractual provisions.
Yes, that's a very big one right here.
That's a very big one.
And so typically in typical practice, possible. Right. So in typical practice, if I'm Tesco or Carrefour or one of the retailers and I buy a product, or Amazon, I buy a product from typically maybe a wholesaler, an importer, or maybe I import directly, my contract would always transfer all the liability back to my supplier, right? And now what you're saying is that this is no longer possible.
Well, the words are, okay, therefore no contractual derogation shall be permitted.
Right. So what does that mean in terms of the retailer's willingness to carry certain products on their shelves, especially the product categories that that might come with some hazards, like electrical products, kids products, things like that?
Well, for the same reason, it should be noted, right, that the wording is it should not be possible for provisions of national law to limit or exclude liability, and such financial ceilings on the economic ability are unlimited.
Right. So that should scare the retailers, right?
That should scare the living pants off the retailers, yeah.
Right. So what are they going to do, likely?
Well, I think that the big question here would be to find somebody from the product liability insurance people and ask them that question.
Right, but as you and I know, it's not really an adequate answer. There's a lot of ways for them to say that claims don't cannot be accepted and processed, right? So it's never going to be the solution.
Yes, but also, here's the thing. Within the provision as well of Article 2, if you have not done due diligence, And due diligence, they talk about the digital file, which we've spoke about before, right?
The
If you
technical
have not
file.
done that, the technical file, yeah. If you have not done the due diligence and can provide that information on the technical file, and it does go to court in Europe, the product will be deemed as defective.
Wait, this is topic 2. So let's let's stay
Yeah,
on
but
topic 1.
it falls into topic one as well, because
Yes.
who is responsible for that? And the answer is everyone within the buying chain.
Right. Yeah. So
Okay.
everybody in the
So
chain
that's why it goes
is
above.
visible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So distributors are likely, I mean, that's the way I see it. They will beef up their own due diligence and they will manage compliance much more tightly. And when they see there's still a risk, they will just discontinue certain types of products. I mean, we've already seen Amazon do that. So that's going to be a change. There's going to be much more requirement for the importers and for the trading companies that want to be listed on brick and mortar retail shops, but also e-commerce platforms, right? Because everybody in there
Yeah.
is going to be at risk of um, of being sued, basically.